Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and I am so excited to bring this video to you. I have the perk list for Modern Warfare 3 and the details about it. Before I get started, what I like to do is sort of give this level of certainty. You know, I'll say this is 100% confirmed if it comes direct from Robert Bowling, the creative strategist of Infinity Ward. This didn't come from there. This came from a guy I know that knows a guy who somehow was involved in the development of the game. And because of that reason, I want you to look at this and view it as a little bit suspect, you know. But as far as I know, it's 100% right. I've actually heard it from a couple different sources, although it is FC 2300. There'll be a link in the description to his YouTube channel. He's the guy that gave me this information. He has some videos about this sort of thing on his channel too. You can check him out, sub him up, love him up, do whatever, because he's the guy that supplied this to me, and I'm the guy that that's selling it to you. So anyway, how reliable is it? Well, you know, I think it's reliable. Let's dive into the details here and look at this stuff. I have info on all three perk slots. We'll cover them one at a time, and then we'll start talking about the analysis on how they fit together. So first things first, perk slot 1, extreme conditioning. So this is sprint longer distances and climb obstacles faster. You'll notice I don't have any information about how the perks split into normal and pro perks, but that might be what the parenthetical stuff is, the pro version of it. Anyway, sprint longer distances, that's nice. It's not sprint unlimited like it was in Modern Warfare 2. It's longer like it was in COD 4, but it's usually pretty effective. And climb obstacles faster. I'm assuming that's the pro version of this perk. Sleight of hand. So faster reload and then faster weapon swapping, which in Black Ops is a Scout Pro type thing, the faster weapon swapping. And you'll also notice that faster aim down sights is no longer part of sleight of hand. That's another perk in the next slot, so they split that up a little bit. Scavenger, reload ammo from bags, and then more ammo to start with. So that looks like, you know, the scavenger that we all know and love. A blind eye, undetectable by support stuff, and then in here launchers lock on faster, extra damage to support. So this looks like your anti-air class. In Modern Warfare 2 and in Black Ops, the Ghost class was both anti-air and like and UAV type thing. But here it looks like they split it up. You know, to be hidden from UAVs all game long is another perk in slot 2, which I'll cover in a second. The blind eye is all about the anti-air stuff. You're undetectable by that sort of thing. So and then the last thing is recon, and this is something totally new. Explosive damage paints the target on the mini map, and then bullet damage paints target. I'm assuming that's the normal and the pro version of this perk. So yeah, painting targets is something that we've seen in the Battlefield series, but we haven't seen it in the Call of Duty series yet before. It'll be interesting, but what I assume this means is that if you get a mark on the guy, if you get a hit marker maybe from stuns, but certainly from nades or from bullets, then they're going to show up on the HUD or the HUD for a little bit. And that'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how that changes the game, and whether they show up just for you like a motion sensor or whether they show up for the entire team. But this is the first perk slot. When I look at this, to me it seems like probably sleight of hand and scavenger will be the power perks in this slot, but we'll wait and see how the game plays. Let's get on to the next slots. Alright, now we're looking at perk slot 2. The first one is Hardline. We're all familiar with that. It takes one less kill to get your streak. Hardline Pro, rather than being able to change care packages, 2 assists count as 1 kill toward the streak. And this will be extra important, and it'll be more obvious when I get into my kill streak video, which will come up later. The next perk is Assassin. This is Ghost, right? And it makes you immune to UAV, portable radar, which in Black Ops were split things. Like this motion sensor motion sensor told you where ghosts were. It looks like in Assassin that's not the way it works. That makes you immune to thermal and heat. And then the pro version of Assassin makes you immune to counter UAVs and EMPs, which is pretty interesting there. Counter UAVs are more effective than people think. They make like the entire team, like a bunch of stupid privates. Overkill, you get 2 primaries, we all know that. And then the pro version is the second primary, can be equipped with 2 attachments. We've seen that before. Quick draw. So faster aim down sights. Now you'll notice that it's not part of sleight of hand like it is in Black Ops. They've taken the faster reload and the faster aim down sights and split them into two different categories. And the last one is blast shield. We know what that is. It's flak jacket. And the pro version makes you immune to stuns in flashes, which is tac mask. Pro, I think, or tac mask on Black Ops. So yeah, when you look at the power stuff here, here's what's cool. Ghost is going to have a really hard time winning its gunfights against quick draw. Everyone's going to have a hard time winning their gunfights against quick draw. Blast shield, we all know how critical that is in objective-based games. It's hard to capture a flag on the smaller maps without that. A hardline overkill. I predict overkill's not wildly used in this, but also, I don't know. So I wonder what that says about like shotgun secondaries and submachine gun secondaries. I don't know, but anyway, what's cool here is they've making some steps to get Ghost, which is now Assassin, to have some perks that it really has to compete with. Ghost is by far the best perk in perk slot 1 in Black Ops, which is a large part of people's frustrations with its popularity. Now, when you don't hate to have Ghost and Quick Draw at the same time, there are some real quality perks here that compete with Ghost, and it should bring a little more balance to at least that part of the game. I'm sure that after we all spend millions of man hours in this game, we'll find something about it that we don't like, but what Infinity Ward has done a really good job in doing is making sure that the problems that we know about get solved, and that assassin is not going to be as popular as it is in Black Ops. So yeah, cool stuff. Let's check out the next perk slot. All right, now we get into slot 3. So the first thing, sitrep is hacker. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So sitrep, as you know, stands for situation report, and the pro version lets you hear footsteps better, and that makes total sense. But hearing footsteps better and ninja, they seem to go together. Like, I don't know what they were thinking when they did it like this, but sitrep lets you, I guess, hear enemy footsteps better, and the first one's hacker, which I guess lets you hijack care packages. That's what it previously means. Then there comes dead silence, and with dead silence comes no fall damage. So it's a weird way that they link those together. It seems like ninja should have hear enemy footsteps better, but we'll see how it plays out. The next one, stalker. Faster movements while aiming down sights. So that's kind of an interesting thing. For the run and gunners, will you be able to aim down sights and play an aggressive role at the same time? Like maybe it's the aggressive camper perk. Camper is not necessarily a negative thing in aggressive camper, but if you can run while aiming down sights, then that could change the way that people play the game. It'll be interesting. And the last thing is delayed claymores. So when I saw that, I thought to myself, I wonder if Scavenger replenishes claymores in Modern Warfare 3. They did in Modern Warfare 2, but they don't in Black Ops. So we'll wait and see where Infinity Ward falls on that. But if claymores are replenishable by Scavenger, then Stalker Pro might be a pretty powerful perk. If they're not, then it's still a powerful perk, but there won't be claymores all over the map like there were in some previous ones. Marksman, ID target from range. So this looks like it might be the sniper perk, the one that's valuable there, and it also ties into that thing we saw before where bullet damage paints the enemy. So twice now we've seen this concept of being able to identify bad guys and mark them out, like to call them out for teammates in a Battlefield 3 or Battlefield Bad Company-ish way. So yeah, that's interesting stuff, being able to ID a target there. And then, of course, longer hold your breath time, which is a sniper thing. When you aim down sights, you can hold your breath and there's no idle sway on the gun, meaning that the scope doesn't move around and dance around on your target. It'll be exactly steady. The last thing, steady aim, increased hip fire accuracy and faster aim down sights when sprinting. So when I look at this, we'll see. Dead silence, that ninja has always been a super powerful perk in non-Treyarch games. Treyarch doesn't do sound very well, but in Infinity Ward, they typically do sound pretty well. And Ninja became, at least for me, because I run Astros, it's the third perk that gets assigned to just about every class. Unless I'm playing Ground War or something really, really noisy, then Ninja is my go-to perk. And here, steady aim looks like a really go-to perk when competing against the other things that we see here. So yeah, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. And I have no idea how Stalker's going to play. You know, how much is that going to change the game? I'm not sure. But let's look at these perks in combination. So I was thinking about how these perks would work well together, right? And different roles that you might play on the team. For an objective player, something like sleight of hand, blast shield, and steady aim might be the way to go. The objective players don't tend to live as long as slayers do. They're not working up to big kill streaks. Instead, they're throwing themselves on flags. They're going for bomb plants, and a blast shield becomes really critical on that. A scavenger becomes less important because they're going to run out of ammo if they're the guy that's capping B on sub base, for example, all game long. So yeah, something like sleight of hand. If you're a slayer, and I think everybody loves to be that slayer guy, scavenger would be a key perk. A quick draw would be a really key perk, probably more than blast shield because people don't need the guys who are on the run all the time. And then dead silence, the new ninja is a pretty neat slayer class. There's new roles. The kill streaks are done so much differently than they have been in the past. That now there are like different. The kill streaks depend on what your role is going to be, and that leads me into my next video idea. I'm going to do a kill streak analysis one after this video gets 10,000 favorites. So add this to your favorites, and I'll let you know all about the kill streaks and how that stuff works together. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something you hadn't seen before. But the kill streak setup, at least from what I've been told, is totally different than we've seen. Not just because it's point streaks, but because there are role-based point streaks in this game, and it's gonna turn things upside down in a way that we haven't seen before. So so give this video 10,000 favorites, and I will get right on to making that point streak analysis video that you've been waiting for. It's gonna be. I'm pretty excited about it. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this, and have a nice day. And now for two videos you may have missed. I've had some really good ones lately. The one on the left is Never Lose Again, and that is where I tell you about a free service. It's almost like a dating service for gamers. It allows you to find people who play in similar time zones, who play similar games, who play on the same platform, and work together as a team. So if you're out there solo, rolling by yourself, and you're not, you're getting rolled over by teams and it sucks, then you can go to Huppet. You can meet some people who have similar play styles and interests and meet what you're looking for in a teammate, and then roll together as a party and just crush people all game long. And then, also have a better time in the lobbies because you're surrounded by new friends. On the right is the latest in my dissecting series. This guy goes 75-1 in a 6v6 team deathmatch. So I look at what he does. You can see I sort of pause it on the screen right now and do analysis on how he wins his gunfights, what he does right, what he does wrong, and look at how some of the greatest players in the YouTube community win their games. So check those videos out. I'm confident that you'll like them. And don't forget, 10,000 favorites, and I'm going to tell you all about the new point streak system and how it's role-based for Modern Warfare 3.